if that's a fifth A that's about to drop.
Hold on, man. Wait, so you know how they do the shirts and like they'll do the top 5?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
All right, we got our merch coming up now. I started working on my ish shirt last week.
I need you to finish that. I need you to finish that.
It's in Yanni's hands right now.
I need you to finish that because that's dope. That's dope.
Appreciate. Well, looks like we got a 5A shirt or a top 5 shirt coming up too. I love workshopping that. But those are really the big points. I mean, I hear your story and your journey, and I guess a program would be helpful with figuring out how to address these this imbalance once we recognize we have it, or what's the next step?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I didn't know that there was other stuff. Like, honestly, didn't know there was other stuff. Like I never. Now, I would obviously throughout my day, weeks, months, I am participating in these other acts of other categories or other characteristics of my life, right? Mm-hmm. But they aren't. It's not something that I'm quote unquote aware of. Right? It's not something that I'm like I didn't think about. Like, I always knew about compartmentalizing life because obviously, I mean, that's just what we do as humans, right? But I didn't think about these other compartments that I was completely ignoring to some degree. There was no, I didn't place value on. So for becoming that awareness, right? So obviously creating an income or having pride in what you do on a daily basis, whether it's paid or unpaid, is important. That is important because you have to have some kind of why.
There's value in that.
But so is having a social life. So is having a purpose or feeling like you have a purpose. So is movement. Whatever type of movement what dancing, jump rope, and don't like walk. All of these things are important, but they were never presented to me in a way that, hey, there's other things, because I'm being celebrated for the thing that I'm putting value on. The JOBs are celebrating, families celebrating. Oh, congratulations, you got a promotion, or congratulations, you're a vice president. Yeah. Like, I never got a congratulations for going to the gym 4 times a week. I never got a congratulations for meal prepping. I never got a congratulations for speaking out my emotions in a vulnerable state. Like, I never got congratulated for none of those things. Right?
I've actually been punished for those.
Right? Like, I never got a congratulations for hanging out with some like-minded fellas, or like, none of that stuff comes with a congratulations.
Yeah.
I never got a congratulations for going to church. And like none of those things come with an acknowledgement, so to speak. Not that it's needed, but societally, is that a word? It's not something that's even kind of acknowledged, right? But Over here, oh, you got a raise, you got a promotion, oh, you got this title, oh,
You got
you
that
work on the
car?
46th floor, you got a car, you got all of those
Mm-hmm.
things. It's congratulations, congratulations, yada yada yada. All right.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned like a root from the dumb shit comment, right? You mentioned a root, kind of how that, and as I was just talking, and I thought about living for the claps,
Yeah.
right? But I also thought about, so first I'm gonna say external validation was very important to me.
Likewise.
Very important to me. Not that I didn't I never needed to um to kind of have my, my picture on the wall for employee of the month, and that, like, I didn't need that type of quote unquote validation or recognition.
Mm-hmm.
But there was something about external validation that moved me.
Right.
And as I'm talking, this conversation can go like way over there, but that might be for a different episode. But I have a feeling, I don't have a feeling. I am aware of where the my need, is what I would have called it, for external validation came from. I'm gonna use that in the past tense,
Gotcha.
where it came from. So knowing that awareness part, right? And then acknowledging, so becoming aware of, that's the root, acknowledging that awareness, taking action, my action that I decided to take was to see a therapist. That was my action.
Right.
Um, and we can, talk for days about therapy, this, that, and the third. For me, my therapist, he just knew what questions to ask me.
And did you find the right therapist? Well, I want to save that for. We got a different episode planned for that. I'll
Yeah.
save that.
Um, and so when you pose, or when you're posed a question that you've never been posed before, like, your body, like, you literally feel weird because you don't know how to answer the freaking question, because you've never been asked this question before.
It's a
I
foreign
almost
language.
like froze physically, right? But internally, there's also some stuff going on with it. It's like my body, like, whoa, wait a minute. But you mentioned kind of like next steps, and after you become aware, you acknowledge, there is action that you have to take. It might not be a therapist.
It could be research.
It can be research. It can be,
Talking to a
uh,
friend.
yeah. Uh, it can be a checklist. It could be. It's a lot of things that it can be, and it's going to look different for everybody.
And I think we
Um,
may have something that might help people with one is just taking your pulse. Basically, it's basically just kind of checking yourself and seeing where the leaks are. For example, you mentioned the job challenge and seeing that you were doing great in that area, but realizing those other areas you were struggling, maybe you need to be able to assess: is it just in that one area where I'm having one these problems? For example, is it just familial, or are there other areas where I'm having some challenges? So I think one resource that we have that might be able to help somebody out is is it something we should mention yet, or
no,
is it a road that we want to walk to get to that?
no, I think that, I think first, because if somebody's, you're watching this for the first time, or you're just, this is the first time you've seen. See, I was about to go self-deprecating here. The first time you've ever seen our faces on on your screen.
I have
um,
ideas. Mm-hmm.
we operate from a this idea of wellness, and there being 8 dimensions of wellness, 8 areas of life that are intertwined, that are each hold the same amount of value, and there has to be a path or an attempt to have some harmony and balance in these areas. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. You're going to, some days, some weeks, some months, some years, some things are going to be more important to you. Maybe I got to lock in for 6 months to get something done, and some things I got to put to the side. This is not that. This is overall, how are you taking care of your overall wellness, and being aware of that wellness? And would you like to share those 8 areas, or do you want me to?
Go right ahead, brother. You're on it right now.
So the first area, which we kind of talked about, in the financial. So there's a financial piece. There is also a physical piece. There's an emotional piece. There is, occupational,
which goes right there. They're all interrelated in some ways. Some of them right next to each other. It's an interesting matrix, the way they all connect.
Spiritual, spiritual, intellectual, environmental. That's 8, right? That's 8.
I think you got them all. There may be one.
Did I go 8? Environmental, intellectual,
social. I think was the only one that was different.
Miss social and social.
Yeah.
So 8 dimensions.
8
areas.
Exactly. 8 pieces of your life. And if you watched the last episode, you probably already looked at all 8 of those, and hopefully did the scorecard, which was the one move for the last episode. You did that scorecard to see kind of what's going on, where your balance is with each of those. But I think after you find out your balance, I think this takes you to where Malcolm brought us at the beginning of this episode with our cap effect, or talking about his story and how he prioritized the occupational and the financial. I think each of us, based on our lived experiences and personas, we all rank them differently. We have different dimensions that are of high priority to us, so we spend and invest more time and energy on these. But I think that's how you can understand what you need to adjust and where you may be imbalanced, and how you can probably create a little more harmony in your life if you can figure out how you rank those first. That way you can take those at the bottom and say, okay, I know I'm not spending as much time on these. Like, for example, for me, in this stage of life, I've been prioritizing financial wellness much less than I probably should in order to have a more balanced, harmonious life. So it's ranked at the bottom of my list, but I've got to figure out how to give that the same love and attention that I'm giving my emotional wellness and my social wellness lately. And same with my physical wellness. I have not been working out like I need to be working out. But if I spend more times on those, it can help tilt those scales a little bit more, so that my plate isn't spilling over so much on one end. So we've got the 8D survey, where this survey allows you to just drag and drop the different dimensions in order so you can see where they are. And if you want to do it just for yourself and just kind of look at them, that's cool. But this will also help us kind of understand the world a little bit better if we share information. So in the survey, we've got a little bit of extra information that you can choose to provide or not, so we can kind of see, like, for example, I think we've got age groups. Like, how are people in Gen X looking at these dimensions? Do they tend to prioritize work and finance more? My guess is we will probably see that, but I'm curious to see, how that ranks versus a millennial versus a baby boomer. Also, gender. I would like to see how the different genders rank these. So if you're open to submitting the form, cool. If you just want to rank them, look at them for yourself, that's fine too. No need to submit that. Malcolm, do you have any other thoughts on this or anything else that you'd offer or ask?
Yeah, I was gonna just a comment, because I know people are probably like, well, why would I submit this to them? Like, why would I do that? And
no perfect people, just better moves.